The Knicks, they were eliminated in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and since then we've had some shakeups. Coach Tom Thibodeau, he was fired, but this was a classy move. He took out a full-page advertisement. Did you guys see this in the New York Times this morning? Yeah, I love that. You know I have a little affinity for newspapers. Wow. He said in part, quote, "To the best city in the world with the best fans in the world. Thank you. When I was hired in 2020, I said this was my dream job. I am grateful that dream became a reality." He said, "I am proud of everything we've accomplished together, and to our fans, thank you for believing in me and embracing me from day one. Watching you support our team, seeing the Garden ignite with that incomparable Knicks energy is something that I will never forget." So Tibbs is out, but his search to be replaced by the New York Knicks remains ongoing as we say hello here to our Shams Charania. Shams, what is the latest with the Knicks search here?
Malika, in the last 24 hours, I'm told the Knicks have requested permission on Houston's Ime Udoka, Minnesota's Chris Finch, and this morning, Dallas's Jason Kidd to request permission on speaking to them for their head coaching job. But I'm told all three were firm and flat denials. All three teams rejected the Knicks pretty quickly. And for the Knicks, they believe this is just part of their process, that they are using this as part of they're the only team with a vacancy right now, so they can take their time. Remember, in 2020, they interviewed 13 candidates for hiring Tom Thibodeau. So at this point, I'm told the Knicks are not in a rush. But clearly, after firing Tom Thibodeau, after he became the first coach in 25 years to take you to an Eastern Conference Finals, 3 straight denials from teams with current head coaches is not the way to start a head coaching search.
Yeah, 3 straight denials is a very different tenor than the party that we're hearing behind you right now, Shams Charania. Oh, there we go. Now we can hear you a little bit better. Let's stick in New York here, Shams, because there's another headline that could shake up the city. You have got, as of today, you just reported here, there are a couple of teams that have interest in making a deal for Kevin Durant. What are they?
Malika, right now I'm told that Houston, San Antonio, as well as Minnesota, Miami, and those are among the teams, as well as the Knicks, that are pursuing Kevin Durant. And the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant's business manager, Rich Kleiman, are going to work together on finding a home. And I would expect talks to escalate closer to the NBA draft. And there could be some wild card teams involved here as well. There are some teams in the Eastern Conference, I'm told, that are looking at how the arms race is going there and wondering, are we a Kevin Durant away from competing in this Eastern Conference race for the championship? So this process will escalate between now and the NBA trade deadline later this month.
Shams, thank you so very much for that information as the party starts once again behind you, and Shanae Agumake is joining us here at the desk.
Man,
so really, that's where the party is.
Up. They're putting the pressure on him.
I know, we're blasting the show over the loudspeaker, the party over the loudspeaker, but clearly this is a party for Kevin Durant. Shanae, which team do you think should be most aggressive in going after him?
I know most people, especially considering I'm wearing red, would assume that I'm sure we're going to shoot our shot, because that's what they're doing, shooting their shot at Kevin Durant. I'm actually going to throw a curveball, another team with red, Miami. I'm looking at UD. I'm looking at Miami. And again, I think the emphasis here is the East. Because if you think about them and what KD brings, I mean, last year they were 37-45. They had the worst record since LeBron James left Miami. Sorry, UD. 21st in offense. They have a number of young vets that will understand what it's like to play alongside a generational player in Kevin Durant. So I'm looking at that as an opportunity. But of course, I'm going to throw my Houston Rockets into the mix. The only reason I have cause for pause is if Giannis is on the board, you don't want to shoot your shot at Kevin Durant and miss out on Giannis.
I'm looking at that enormous championship ring that is sitting firmly and squarely on our desk right now. Yeah. Udonis, the Miami Heat having interest here?
Well, listen, I have nothing to say. What's understood does not have to be explained.
There you go.
And there it is right there.
All right, so the most important thing that Shams put in his report there was that the Suns are working with Rich Kleiman, his business manager, on this. When they attempted to trade him at the trade deadline, they did not work with him, and it came as a surprise to Kevin Durant, and Durant made it very clear he was unhappy with that, and it ended up undercutting the trade. And the reason Durant's opinion matters here is he's only got 1 year left on his contract. What I am not sure of, guys, is how robust the offers are going to be. From what I am told, the Suns are looking for a comparable package to what they traded Kevin Durant, which is impact players and multiple draft assets. I'm not sure they're going to be able to generate that because Durant is a couple years older and his contract is shorter. So that's going to be something where they're going to watch in the next couple of weeks.
So much of the conversation when we talk about Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns really needing to trade him if they want to improve the roster is his age and how much money is left. I feel like sometimes it goes by the wayside, UD, what kind of player Kevin Durant still is.
Bucket, certified bucket, one of the best we've ever seen do it, and wherever he goes, he's going to get buckets. But let's be real. Kevin Durant needs to go somewhere where he's going to help a team win a championship. He needs to put himself in a position where he can get a ring. This is not just about playing basketball. He wants to end his legacy as considered a champion. A lot of people say he hasn't been able to get that done the last couple of times, so he wants to have that opportunity. Also, a strong personality as a coach, somebody he respects. He's been around this league a long time. He's seen the best and he's seen the worst. So he needs to go into a locker room where there's a coach and you have a strong personality as a coach and some young players.
Also, strong personality as a teammate. And I think don't sleep on Minnesota. I'm not sure what the assets look like, but if you're thinking about contention, twice you were in the Western Conference Finals. Twice you had opportunities to almost get over the hump. But what was the big issue? They did not have support. And yeah, this guy was this man's shadow. Anthony Edwards was Kevin Durant's shadow. And one of my favorite plays that we witnessed was when they went head to head and we got, look, I'm coming for you, big bro. There's mentorship, but it's when your idols turn your rivals, right? Now it's rivals could be your idols and your teammates. This is a place you should not sleep on. I look at Minnesota as an opportunity where if you get him, maybe they are ready made to get to where we are right now in the NBA Finals.
Right. It's just about what they would have to give up, and that's where I'm looking at maybe like a Jaden McDaniels. Do you want to do that? I'm not sure.
Well, they both are teams that are in the second apron zone, which makes a trade tough. But, Janae, you are not off base because the Timberwolves tried around the trade deadline to pull off a deal for Kevin Durant. Because of the hurdles of the second apron, it wasn't possible. But now it's the summer, things are different.
Oh, I'm not very, the math part of all of this is where I start to struggle, so it's a good thing Bobby Marks will be joining us coming up here on NBA Today.